again, very happy with our second half effort, especially on the defensive side of the floor. You know, as all we talked about at halftime was, you know, trying to come out and play better defense. I thought, you know, we gave up way too many transition buckets to them early in the game, which allowed them to kind of create the lead, and that was their game. That's their game. They want to go up and down, and, you know, we were able to get a couple high percentage shots during that time as well, but we still weren't doing our job on the other side of the floor. So I thought in the second half we did a much better job of defending, of making guys miss, of rebounding the basketball. And then obviously Isaiah, you know, really got hot from the perimeter, and guys were able to find him and, you know, give us a great win.
What about Deshaun playing against the league's leading scorers really ignites his play?
It does. I mean, he's just so difficult to deal with from a defensive standpoint because of his length. I'd like him to be a little bit more disciplined than he is, but you know, he's so hard to guard. I mean, he's so hard to play against when he's guarding you like that. He can put so much pressure on you, and then he can recover so quickly. It's just, he can be really frustrating, you know, and he's done it to a couple guys so far this year and made them shot really low, low percentages, creating turnovers. He just has that knack and that instinct that he can, you know, you can beat him and he can still recover and contest your shot, and that's you know, a gift that he has. And he's a competitive guy. He doesn't like to be scored on, and so, you know, in a one-on-one battle, he's gonna give you his best, and you're gonna have to really earn the buckets you get going against him.
Did him accepting that defensive role early on kind of lead to some of the opportunities he has now offensively, and then putting up some?
For sure. You know, it was, you know, rewind all the way back to the summertime. You know, when we're talking to guys about what we think their roles are going to be and how to kind of get them in line. You know, we kept talking to him about the amount of defensive energy you can bring. You know, he's always around the ball. He's always getting his hand on something. You know, so we knew that would be his way to get on the court, and you know, we kept trying to promote that to him. Like, okay, if you can come in and you can be, you know, the best on-ball defender, and you can continue to rebound the ball, you know, the scoring will come secondary to that. And obviously he, you know, had a great shooting night tonight. The last 4 or 5 games he struggled a little bit, but his defensive energy and effort didn't change. And so we were able to still continue to, you know, have him out there, you know, continue to have faith in his ability. And I think he's getting more and more comfortable, you know, when he can get downhill, you know, when he's standing still and he can get a good high percentage three for him. We have confidence in that. But it's all has started from the energy that he puts in on the defensive side.
Still in break, we're combined 9 of 11 from 3. Does today kind of show what this team can do when not only they're defending, but they're also hitting their shots from downtown?
Yeah, I mean, we've hit shots the last 2 games. Not sure that I would put a big bet in Vegas on us continuing to be, you know, 9 for 11 from 3, but it's an added bonus. And I think what we keep talking to our guys about is, if you can continue to defend the way you're capable of and the way we're supposed to and the way we have for a majority of the year, then you can go and hit shots. You can become a really hard team to beat. If we're not hitting shots, you still got to defend. You still got to work. You know, and I thought in the first half, we didn't do it because we scored some easy buckets early in the game. We were okay with that. Instead of saying, hey, let's get our easy buckets, but let's make it really hard for them to get buckets. And I think that's when, if we can continue to do, or if we can clean that up, that's when we'll be the best versions of ourselves.
And you had some close losses at the end of January. You went 6 of 8 here this month. What got you over the hump? What little things maybe changed?
I think it's just really been you know, a more consistent effort, you know, more consistent energy. You know, in some of those games in January, we would build a lead and then we'd relax. You know, at FDU we had a double-digit lead. Home against Bryant we had a double-digit lead. Outbound St. Mary's we had a double-digit lead. The first half at St. Francis, PA we had a double-digit lead. Obviously, I've thought a lot about this, and you know, I think we've just continued to play. Like even the game Thursday night, we have a double-digit lead, and we almost take our foot off the gas, and then we say, hold on, we got to keep playing. Like there's more game to play, and we got to continue to get some stops, and we got to continue to fly around, and we got to continue to execute offense. And I think, unfortunately, as painful as some of those losses were, I think guys have learned that you got to keep playing as long as, you know, that clock's ticking, and relax when you hear that final buzzer.
And Kayvon said he didn't want to get too high, but that it reminded him of a few years ago, the way you guys are playing heading into this tournament. Do you have?
Well, he can. I hope it reminds him of that. He had an excellent tournament a couple years ago, and if we had that guy for however many games we have left, you know, I'd be super excited about that. But you know, we still have, you know, a lot of things that we can continue to improve on, even leading up to the game Wednesday. You know, and we'll start to prepare for, whoever our opponent is. I think it's going to be LIU actually, and start to figure out what the best game plan is and how we can execute that on Wednesday night.
You said earlier this week you thought today would be a little surreal based on the last game with the Chuck. What's your just initial reaction closing it out here, regular season?
I'm really glad we were able to get a win. I'm really glad, not just for our seniors, but there was a number of people that came up to me before the game saying, "Hey, I remember this game, or I remember that, or how about when this happened?" And, so some of those things, you don't think about during the course of the game because you're worrying about the game. But I was glad that we were able to, like I said, get the win. And then, like I said, I think sometime after the season I'll kind of sit down, and it hasn't really sunk in yet. We're still going to come to practice here. We're still going to work out here, for parts of the spring. And I think when it starts to go down, then I'll take some time to really sit and think about, a lot of great memories that I've had in the building, a lot of relationships I've built, sitting down on those sidelines or rebounding for somebody or whatever. And those are the things to me that are more special than